everyone, and welcome to our holiday concert. This year has been like no other in the history of Drummond School. Grades 7 through 12 have worked diligently, as they have in previous years, to put on a stellar performance for you. This year is a little bit different. Instead of seeing the glitz and the glamour and the bright lights that go on this stage behind me, you will see the students who have worked diligently this year performing things like they have never performed before, recording themselves as soloists and not as a group. Choirs and bands usually perform and do much better as a group, but this year was different, and so they had to do it by themselves. This has been especially difficult for them. However, I want you to rest assured that the memories of this holiday concert will still be there. The magic of this moment and the performance will still be there. Please enjoy the holiday performance of Drummond Junior High and High School 2020. Thank you.
All right, so this is a section of the middle school choir here for their weekly Zoom, and we are introducing their two songs, which are God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, which is mashed up with We Three Kings, and also the song And Miles to Go Before I Sleep.
Whose woods are these? I think I know. His house is in the village low. He will not see his story near to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little boy was thinking green to stop without between the woods and frozen lakes, the darkest secrets of the year. He gives his heart, spells no shine, to ask if there's a stay. The only eyes that sounds asleep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lonely, dark and deep.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to join us in Drummond School's virtual band concert this winter of 2020. My name is Quinn Schultz, and I teach band to grades 5 through 12 here in Drummond. And just about everything this year has been quite different and more difficult than we're used to, and band class is no exception. But the kids you are about to hear have been resilient and dedicated. Because of the virtual school setting, they have been forced to take a much stronger role and responsibility in the learning of their music and the continued improvement on their instruments. They have had to accomplish more with less guidance, and I'm very proud of them for that. For this concert project, the band students had to practice and learn their music at home, make a recording of themselves playing their individual parts along with a click track, and then send the recording to me so I could then mix them all together and make them sound like they were actually playing together. It was a process that was quite the ordeal for everybody, but we're ready. Here you see a snapshot of the middle school band members that are performing on this concert as they looked during one of our Zoom virtual rehearsals. The middle school band will be playing Ding Dong Merrily on High, a popular seasonal carol. And now, for a special treat for which none of you are ready or willing, you all get to hear yours truly butcher the French language. Because although this melody became popular as a carol in 1924, it was first written and published in 16th century France as a French dance that I'm assuming they would blast at French dance parties. Anyway, the original title of this piece is Chanson et danse français, bronze-les les officiels.
All right. So earlier, Mr. Schultz had mentioned that the process for recording and all of that was, something new and different for all of us this year. And so I wanted to show you kind of how that works, at least on the choir end. And so here we're in my Google Classroom. This is where all of the students submit their recordings. So I have my middle school classes there, my high school classes here, and so I'll go into high school A group. I'm going to go over, I've already gotten parent permission to check and use this student as an example. So if we look at White Christmas, there's the assignment, and there are the recordings that this student made. Clearly they made some extra ones just for fun. And what I would do is with all of my students, I'd go through and I'd download the audio files that I needed and download it. And then that would bring it up hopefully over here. Yep, there it is. And so then I would take and I would find that in my folders here, and I would copy and paste that over to high school recordings and go over to White Christmas, and I would paste it in there. Whoops. And then I would take all of those, and you can see I have a bunch of recordings there, and they've been put into GarageBand over here. And so this is where all of the high school choir recordings have gone into one file together. And like Mr. Schultz was saying, you have to line them up to make sure that the sound and the timing is as close as possible. It can't quite be perfect, and you know, all things considered, it turned out really well. And so you'll notice that all these sound waves are as closely lined up as they can be without throwing off the rest of the song. And so that's how they are layered. And then we would export that here as a song back to iTunes, and then we'd go from that and add it into my video editing program, where I would then put videos or images over the top. And so here we're actually looking at the master video for the video that I'm making right now. Yeah, so I just thought I'd give you a look at how recordings are made in this virtual setting for the concert that you're watching right now. Thanks. All right, so this is the Drummond High School Choir, and they submitted virtual recordings so that we could put together our two songs for the program, which are Luli, Lula, Lule, and White Christmas.
Luli, Lula, Luli. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where those treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow, the snow. So then I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I am dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Yeah, I am dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. And may all your Christmases be
And now I'd like to introduce the world-famous Drummond High School Band. Here's a picture of them rehearsing during a Zoom meeting we had on Picture Day. They'll be performing two selections. The first is called Awake the Iron, which is a piece of music that's meant to illustrate the common practice of medieval Spanish soldiers when they used to beat their swords on rocks while shouting Desperta Ferro, which means awake the iron, in the darkness before entering battle in order to intimidate their enemies, illustrating a common practice from long ago, but one that's considerably more peaceful. It's caroling. Caroling in the streets became a popular Christmas season tradition in England during the Victorian Age. This is a medley of 3 English carols from the golden age of caroling.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shine